I probably shouldn't say this. I'm crossing a line few do, because the truth about the game isn't meant for everyone. It's unpleasant, it's risky, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it. We live by myths that celebrate kindness, fairness, and virtue. But Machiavelli saw the game clearly. Success rarely rewards goodness. It rewards calculated ruthlessness, wrapped in the language of virtue. The genuinely effective don't follow rules. They make them. They smile at you while mapping your weaknesses. And you'll thank them for lessons they intend to use against you. They present themselves as noble while quietly shifting pieces into place. Most people never learn this because they can't face it. They're too comfortable in their illusions. If you're still listening, you are ready to see what others are blind or unwilling to confront. What follows is not mere advice. It's a tool. Used rightly, it can change your life. People like to clothe ambition in moral language. They prefer to believe success comes from honesty and virtue. It's the bedtime story societies tell themselves. Machiavelli stripped that story away. Triumph is rarely pure, clean, or innocent. Every throne has blood beneath it. Every fortune hides secrets. Those at the top often stepped over others to get there, whether history admits it or not. Books polish reputations, but beneath the surface you find betrayal, lies, intimidation, and force. That is the reality behind uplifting speeches. The comfortable hate this because it shatters their beliefs. They want to believe goodness alone wins, that merit rises by itself, that the best person prevails. If that were true, saints would rule. Instead, notice who actually holds the keys, often predators in polite clothing. Machiavelli grasped a central fact. Advantage isn't given to those who wait. It's seized by those willing to do what others won't. Clinging to innocence as if it's armor is an act. It exposes you. The effective understand this. They perform two roles, the public face of benevolence and the private role of strategist. They sign agreements while preparing countermoves. They shake hands while arranging contingencies. They speak of justice while keeping a blade hidden. And the dangerous part is this. People believe them. They accept smiles and speeches without probing behind the scenes because the tidy story feels safer. But you're not here for comfort. You're here to wake up. Behind empires, CEOs and politicians is a ledger of calculation and opportunism, not necessarily malice for its own sake, but what survival at the top requires. Accepting this shifts your questions. Stop asking, how do I succeed and stay completely innocent? And start asking, what must I sacrifice to win? That doesn't require becoming openly cruel. That's the amateur's mistake. Showing your teeth too soon ruins you. True effectiveness conceals its ruthlessness beneath charm, generosity, and apparent virtue. Machiavelli advised rulers to seem merciful, faithful, and honest, even when circumstances force different actions. You don't have to enjoy deception, you must master the skill. Refusing to use it invites destruction by someone who will. The world won't reward you for being good. It will use you, exploit you, and then applaud the cunning person who took what you deserved. The harsh truth, the arena doesn't corrupt. It reveals. It shows who will get their hands dirty to hold position, who understands every crown carries a hidden dagger. We treat corruption as a stain or an accident, but that's comforting fiction. Corruption is systemic. When authority concentrates, it bends surrounding institutions. Wealth, favors, and influence don't just cling to power, they feed it. Laws and institutions eventually become tools for those who know how to operate them. Those who refuse to play are pushed out, silenced, or destroyed. People picture corruption as cash hidden under tables. But real corruption is larger and subtler. It's governments passing rules that favor the powerful. It's companies writing the regulations they are supposed to follow. Its leaders trading favors, not out of pure wickedness, but because that's how the game functions. Machiavelli saw this long before modern politics. Rulers stay aloft through effectiveness. Not only virtue, effectiveness requires compromise. A prince may speak of justice, but privately he rewards allies, punishes rivals, and makes deals to maintain his throne. In theory, corruption is rule-breaking. In practice, the truly effective write rules that justify their behavior. What looks illegal for you is legal for them. They don't cheat the system, they are the system. So empires, governments, and corporations rot from within. Not because people are unusually vicious, but because power attracts ambition, and ambition demands rewards. Over time, office holders use power to protect themselves and their circle. This isn't just history. Look around today. Politicians often leave office wealthier than when they entered. Regulators move into high-paying jobs in the industries they once supervised. Public funds shift into private hands, while speeches about service echo in marble halls. Is this an error? No, it's the natural order. The Machiavellian leader doesn't try to abolish corruption. He manages it, organizes it, makes it predictable, and keeps it under control. He decides who profits and who is punished, ensuring no rival becomes too strong for the decay to escape his control. He doesn't remove rot, he directs it. What does this mean for you? Stop believing clean hands can rule. If you climb high, you'll face trade-offs between ideals and survival, and you'll justify them as everyone does. The greatest trick rulers use is convincing the public corruption is an anomaly, that rotten actors occasionally infect a good system. In reality, the system protects its operators. When someone is punished, it's often for carelessness, not for being corrupt. If you want to become what I promised, untouchable, unplayable, unmoved, listen. These 7 rules will get you labeled dangerous, but they'll also make you the calm center in chaotic rooms. Rule 1. Build an unreadable face and a relentless ledger. Be a wall outwardly and a notebook inwardly. Keep your expression steady, speak little, hold your posture. At the same time, record everything. Who arrived late, who rolled their eyes, who interrupted, who owed you, who paid on time. Machiavelli said, "It's not enough to act, you must observe." Your ledger is no diary. It's a weapon that turns vague impressions into hard facts. The loudest in the room think they're winning. Your silence makes them overreach. You don't interrupt. You let them perform until the mask slips. Later, a decision appears. Measured, final, and puzzling to them, because while they chased applause, you were counting cracks. Stay polite, stay still, and never reveal what you try. Rule 1 drill. Practice the 3-second delay. Before you answer, breathe for 3 seconds. This pause makes others speak more and teaches you to respond instead of react. Keep a physical ledger. Write dates, names, incidents. Patterns will emerge. Your face remains blank, while your notes grow full. Rule 2. Be first to define, last to explain. Whoever frames the terms controls the conflict. Set timelines, thresholds, and meanings early. Name the initiative before rivals can define it for you. Then stop explaining. Explanations weaken you. Every extra sentence erodes authority. Let others drown in paragraphs, while your words stay sharp and memorable. Machiavelli reminded us, appearance outweighs intention, because people judge surfaces, define clearly once, then resist being pulled into endless defense. Rule 2 drill. Prepare your definitions in advance. Before negotiation, decide what your words mean. If urgent means 3 days, say it once and early. Then stop defending. People adjust when they sense you will not shift. Rule 3. Trade reputation for leverage, never the reverse. Most people chase approval. They give up influence to be liked. Do the opposite. Accept a hit to image today, if it secures leverage tomorrow. Decline a meeting everyone urges you to attend. if refusal makes your presence more valuable later. Walk away from a deal if it raises your price. Every arena hides an auction. While they bid for applause, you bid for terms. When forced to choose between being popular and being pivotal, choose pivotal. Reputation returns when results are undeniable. Rule 3 drill. List your levers: time, expertise, access, capital, brand, narrative. Always ask payment in at least 2 levers. When asked for discounts, increase the non-monetary price, tougher terms, written credit, exclusivity. Treat reputation as a byproduct, not a currency. Rule 4, use mercy like a hidden blade. Open cruelty looks weak. Proper mercy makes you appear inevitable. When insulted, don't rush to punish. Wait, let uncertainty grow, then apply consequences that teach without theatrics. A quiet demotion speaks louder than a public spectacle. People invent their own stories in silence, and those stories weaken them more than your words. Mercy isn't softness, it's measured discipline. It keeps people within reach without driving them to destroy the system around you. Rule 4 drill. Separate judgment from sentence. Deliver judgment silently. Deliver sentence with proportion and precision. Never flare. People fear a ruler who measures more than one who rages. Rule 5. Create scarcity. Then over-deliver once. Constant availability destroys mystique. If they can always reach you, they won't value you. Withdraw strategically. Ignore some calls. Decline some invitations. Become the person who appears rarely but shifts the room when present. Then over-deliver in a single decisive act, speech, product, or move that alters the whole conversation. People remember peaks, not averages. Rule 5 drill. Schedule absence. Guard empty days. Use them to prepare dramatic arrivals that change the landscape in hours. Rule 6. Keep allies nourished and rivals uncertain. Allies weaken when starved of credit. Feed them visibly, but only from your table, in ways that make you indispensable. Meanwhile, let rivals guess about your reach. Give 1 accurate signal and 3 false ones. In war, misdirection saves blood. In business, it saves time. Never reveal your full map. Make others plan around your shadow, not your shape. Rule 6 drill. Chart your allies by appetite, status, security, or speed. Feed each accordingly. A public thanks buys loyalty from the status hungry. A steady paycheck secures the cautious. A green light ignites the impatient. Rule 7. Master the shift from chaos to order. Ambition rises in storms. Leadership stabilizes in calm. In disruption, move fast, seize ground, and exploit errors. Once secure, slow things down. Create systems that make your rule look natural. Aggression is forgiven if it matures into routines that benefit others. Machiavelli taught that a ruler must change with the winds. The untouchable leader turns chaos into calendars, panic into policies, and urgency into results. Ruthless when climbing, steady when raining. Rule 7. Drill. The moment you win ground, write its first law. Convert victory into a process that can be repeated. Disorder is a ladder, order is a dynasty. All 7 rules revolve around one center: control of perception and timing. Never leave your face or schedule to chance. You decide when to be visible, silent, or decisive. That rhythm earns you the label dangerous. Wear it. It shields you from distractions and from those who want your secrets without discipline. The goal isn't to seem cruel, it's to seem inevitable. People think information is free. The truth spreads naturally. History shows otherwise. Knowledge has always belonged to the effective, who decide what is revealed. Princes once ruled with messengers and spies. Today, leaders rule with data. The principle remains: learn everything, reveal little. You needn't lie if you ration truth. Rivals strike at shadows while you control the light. Build your own intelligence loop. Ask weekly, who moves near me? What do they want? What do they fear? Observe quietly, read between the lines, then adjust your pace. If fear rises, slow down and let it grow. If desire spikes, speed up and open the door you control. The untouchable doesn't fight people, he fights timing. Justice is the story told after victory. Morality is the costume stable orders wear. Don't confuse costume with skin. Be kind in public, it keeps hands free. Be precise in private, it keeps your head clear. When called cruel, do not flinch. When called cold, do not soften. You are not here for applause. You are here to be untouchable, unplayable, unmoved. There will be nights when you want to explain yourself. Don't. The desire to be understood is bait. There will be days when you want to punish loudly. Don't. Noise destroys mystique and traps you in unnecessary fights. There will be moments when apology might save a friendship but cost leverage. Let the friendship go. Keep the lever. Crowds will call this inhuman. Yet crowds stay human only because some refuse to be tamed. Your posture from now on is clear. Calm face, firm ledger, short words, long memory. Define first, explain last. Deliver once, disappear often. Feed allies, unsettle rivals. Turn storms into systems, accept the label dangerous. Wear the unseen crown, and if part of you still protest, shouldn't I just be good? Understand what good has become. Good is now rebranded as compliance. The world praises predictability only when it keeps you small. They will call your silence arrogance, your boundaries cruelty, your standards unreasonable. They will call your pace hostile, and your restraint manipulation. They label your tools because those tools work. Carry these images with you. You walk into a room, speak little, others over-explain. You nod, record it mentally. Later, a decision arrives without drama or debate. They feel it like a shift in weather, pressure drops, then clears. They adjust around you. That is untouchable. A colleague provokes you online. You set one definition, your threshold, your date, then disappear. They throw paragraphs into emptiness. The silence doesn't reply. Offers return, raised in your favor. That is unplayable. A crisis erupts. You move first, then slow the room, then write one rule to make the fix permanent. The crowd calms. You don't chase credit, you secure quiet. That is unmoved. There is a price. You will be misunderstood, accused of being distant, strategic, even dangerous. But dangerous is just the word the undisciplined use for people who cannot be managed. Dangerous means your center doesn't belong to them. It means you won't trade your rhythm for their comfort. So, the next move is yours. Take one rule this week and test it until it stings. Delay one answer by 3 seconds. Define one word before a meeting. Decline one invitation without leverage. Deliver one measured mercy. Step away for a day to build momentum. Feed one ally in public. Write one law after your next win. Small hinges move large doors. 7. Small hinges reframe a life. If you apply this consistently, 3 things happen. People who tested you stop. Those who depended on your predictability fade away. Those who respect your rhythm gather and protect it. You become the quiet axis of the room. You don't need to shout or announce, the label does that for you. Dangerous. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be a force that doesn't flinch when watched, doesn't sway when pushed, doesn't flee when ignored. Untouchable, unplayable, unmoved, not a slogan, a standard. Hold it until it holds you back, then raise it higher, because once you can be touched, you'll be handled. Once you can be played, you'll be used. Once you can be moved, you'll be pulled into another's plan. Refuse all 3. If this resonates, you already know why. You've paid the cost before, in over-explaining, overworking, being too available, too apologetic. You know the loss. Now choose the opposite. Choose scarcity over exposure, leverage over likes, sentences over speeches. Build the ledger, keep the calm face, be the storm that arrives without warning and redraws the map. And when they ask, "Who do you think you are?" you won't answer. You'll point to the results, to the rhythm, to the way rooms shift when you arrive and settle when you speak. That is your biography. That is your defense. That is your quiet force. The day you no longer need to say, it is the day you truly are it. Now go write your laws, field notes, for the relentless. In negotiations, silence is an offer. State your number, then stop. The other side will fill the space with their own fears, timelines, budgets, constraints. Your stillness reflects their uncertainty. Untouchable doesn't mean invulnerable. It means refusing to bleed on command. In teams, status games shape outcomes before spreadsheets. Where you sit when you speak, who serves coffee, small details mark who matters. Anchor your chair with sightlines to every face. Speak second or third, never first. First defines, second redefines. The unplayable don't need volume to be central. In public, mystery beats brilliance. One clean line outlasts a flood of caveats. Write sentences others can repeat after half listening. Repetition isn't vanity, it's strategy. The unmoved leader keeps the same message long after applause ends. Common traps to avoid: explaining your standards. State them, don't sell them. Accepting others' urgency as your own. Their emergency isn't your calendar. Confusing mercy with leniency. Mercy teaches, leniency invites repeats. Broadcasting every move, visibility without leverage, is just exposure. Trading the plan for applause. Praise is sugar, leverage is protein. Examples you'll face. A client demands a rush and threatens to leave. You define what rush costs, then fall silent. If they walk, clarity pays you. If they stay, terms pay you. A rival spreads a rumor, you ignore it and lift an ally instead. Rivals expect jewelry. You build festivals. Crowds go where the music is. An employee you value makes a costly error. Quietly reduce their scope. Pair them with steadier hands. Set a review date. They grow or they go, and everyone learns what mercy means. A friend asks for a discount that harms your margins. You decline, but widen the value. More support, faster response, extra revisions. You keep leverage and the friendship. On enemies, you will have them. If not, you're invisible or dishonest. Don't chase them. Build hills worth defending. Let the wrong people exhaust themselves, climbing. When you must strike, strike once, cleanly, so it never repeats. The aim isn't to look fierce, it's to end cycles. Untouchable doesn't fight hecklers. Untouchable designs stages they can't reach. On friends, rewards without ritual fade. Create small ceremonies around loyalty. A handwritten note, a toast, a bonus given early. People copy what you reward. So, reward behaviors that strengthen both your position and theirs. Unplayable leaders are gardeners. They plant, prune, water, and harvest. They don't explain the weather, they shape climates. On self-command, the body betrays the undisciplined. Breath quickens, eyes dart, hands fidget. Train your body to steady you. Box breathe before key meetings. Lower your voice, half a note under pressure. Slow gestures, then freeze during your last sentence. People remember the final frame. Silence writes the credits. Remember, the label dangerous comes as gossip before it becomes respect. Some will fear you because you don't dance to their rhythm. Some will test you because your center is not theirs. They are free training. They sharpen your edges. The longer you hold your standard, the more the room reorganizes. What they called arrogance becomes clarity. What they called coldness becomes consistency. What they called manipulation becomes mastery of timing. Untouchable, unplayable, unmoved. First an insult, then a rumor, then a reputation, then a reality that needs no defense. A weekly cadence. Monday, review your ledger. Note debts, favors, deadlines. Send 2 small messages with big impact. Tuesday, set frames. Define a term publicly. Reset one expectation privately. Wednesday, practice scarcity. Cancel one non-essential appearance. Block time for deep work. Thursday, mercy or measure. Deliver one clear consequence or one clear pardon. Friday, feed allies. Acknowledge one publicly. Log 3 misdirections planted. And finally, a story you already know. There was a time you begged to be included. You over-explained, overshared, overworked, and undercharged. They praised your attitude while quietly excluding you. You accepted crumbs that cost you hunger. Then, one day, you spoke less, arrived later, priced higher, punished one softly, and never spoke of it again. Invitations shifted. Rooms waited for your words. Checks cleared faster. Disrespect vanished. Nothing mystical happened. You became untouchable because you stopped offering yourself to every demand. You became unplayable because you stopped publishing urgency. You became unmoved because you turned storms into systems. Keep going. The throne you seek is the chair you already occupy when you sit in it correctly.